in. I think I need one more quart, and that's with deleting the factory trans cooler and deleting the lines for the heat exchanger. Okay guys, people, world, whoever, wherever. Sorry for the wind noise, if there's wind noise. Anyways, I got that, call it drive shaft hanger, carrier bearing, center carrier bearing, whatever you want to call it. Got the old one pressed off, and got the new one pressed on in good old Vato zone. Did it again. They don't call for, well, they call for a part number for this, but the diameter of the interior hole is 35 millimeters. And I don't know millimeters what this is, what this truck is, but all I can tell you is the one they sold me was wrong, so I couldn't do it yesterday. Today is Wednesday, so I tried doing it yesterday, but they sent me when I went in, I got the wrong part. They only called for one from half ton, 3/4 ton, and 1 ton. They only called for one, and they were all 35 millimeter or 1.38, whatever, an inch and 3/8 basically in diameter, inside diameter where the shaft goes over. And I needed 1.68 is what my caliper measured. It could have been 1.58 because I was using a manual, not a digital caliper, because I didn't want to bring my digital caliper, so I just brought a manual one with me. Anyway, so tranny's all in. So drive shaft is in and tight, or taut. Oh, jeez. There's the new carrier bearing. Tranny's in. Tranny, everything. So I was running the truck for about a half an hour out here, adding tranny fluid. I went through 12 quarts. So last video, about 8 quarts of the Super Tech and 4 quarts of the Valvoline. I used about 1 quart assembling the truck, or the tranny, well, about a half quart, and then I poured the rest of the quart into the tranny. But yeah, it's all in. I think I need one more quart, and that's with deleting the factory trans cooler and deleting the lines for the heat exchanger underneath there, where these, well, those 2 lines went. That line and that line went to the heat exchanger, but it does have a tranny cooler, which I believe is it's like almost a 1.5 quarts of capacity, and I did blow all that out, flushed out the tranny cooler so that I wouldn't have any of that crap tranny fluid in there. I'm sure there's still a little bit in there, you know, microns or whatever you want to call it, but hopefully the filter will filter it out. But anyways, it starts up, goes forward, back, it goes into gear. It doesn't fall into gear anymore, so it actually has a selector. So let me put you somewhere. I left my tripod up there, so I'll just start it up and go forward and back. Let's try that. Okay, so as you can see, goes into gear, goes into reverse, you know, pretty hard, pretty heavy. I did tighten the front and rear band. I did tighten them to 72 inch-pounds, and then I backed it off just under what they recommend. So I didn't back it off like a full 2 turns or 2 7/8. So I went like 1 7/8 and like 2 5/8 or 2 3/4 of a turn. So it was about an 1/8 inch or an 1/8 of a turn less than or tighter than what they recommend. But that's just what I wanted to do, so I didn't have to mess with it. But it's not leaking. Those are all leaks from when I took it all out and everything. So you can see no leaks, all in there, all done. It's a bearing separator and puller tool set. So it just comes with a bunch of extensions, adapters, that chingus so that you can put it in here and then tighten it down and then pull it off. But anyways, it came off pretty easy. Stuck it in the press. Basically the bearing was in here and stuck this on the press with the arbors. I think they're called arbors, the plates, and pressed it right off. So anyways, so today's Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm having a 99 Dodge Ram 24 valve Cummins, whatever. He's gonna drop it off tomorrow night, and then Friday after work I'm gonna be installing some gauges, gauge pod. He bought a bunch of ISPRO gauges, fuel pressure, EGT, and boost gauge, because he's got a manual transmission, so he doesn't need a trans temp. But anyways, so this is what I'll be putting in. I don't know if it comes with LED or what the deal is. It came with a USB. I'll have to read into it. It came with the USB connector and wire. I don't know if they threw that in on accident or if that's to change the color of the lights or what. But yeah, anyways. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Alright, got any questions, comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you guys do. Same as usual. Later.